It is from our friends over at Variety.com. They make the announcement, deal, WGA AMPTP reach historic contract agreement to end 146-day writer strike. This deal, this is a quote, this deal is exceptional. Now, our good buddies over at TrekMovie.com did an excellent job of really going deep on this, which they do. They do some really good deep dives.
Their journalism is amazing because, like, as was pointed out at the beginning of the strike, Variety is owned by a company that also is like owned by AMPTP companies. So some of their articles, like when you keep that in mind, have seen a little bias. So I kind of liked reading Trek Movie to know if the deal is really good or not, which it doesn't seem like it is. And also they give me a Star Trek lens, which is what we all care about.
Right. If we want a bias, we want it to be a Star Trek bias.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me ask you guys this, though. If the WGA came to negotiated, let's say, for 154 days, and the people negotiating came to an agreement with the AMPTP, do you think they would say anything other than, we got a great deal, you guys? Do you think there's any chance they would say, that's not a very good deal, but it's the best we got?
Well, the quote came from the WGA, not the AMPTP.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they, to hit it wasn't good, at least good. They would have just said no.
Well, right? Because in August they went back to the negotiating table because they didn't get a good deal. So I don't think they would say it was an excellent deal if it wasn't.
Yeah, that was my thought. That, like the fact that the WGA used the word exceptional,
right?
Like they could have said great. They could have said but the fact that they I don't know. Why would I don't know. I mean, I understand wanting to
terminology
wrap it up,
did sound exciting.
That's Like I just it was a very specific choice of word written by a writer.
Yeah, exactly. that was my take on it, because any agreement they would say is good.
Yeah, for sure.
It sounded like
that's my point.
Emphatically excited. Yeah.
I feel like, and I'm playing devil's advocate here because I know that we're all super excited, and but I think that absolutely no matter what was actually in the deal, they would come back and say, you guys, we did it. We just negotiated you a great deal. You're going to love what we achieved. Because I know if I was, picked or elected or chosen to be the person negotiating a deal, and I came to a deal with somebody, no matter how good or bad it was, I would turn back to my union and be like, you're going to love this deal. They're going to sell it to them. I'm not saying it isn't a great deal. I'm just saying we know that that's what it's going to be.
I know what you mean.
Have they made it public what the deal actually is?
No.
Okay.
No. Because they're still working on the legal language.
Exactly.
To eliminate loopholes.
So Aaron Wilkie said, going on, in the direction of how things can be a little bit biased, he read an account of the negotiating and he said, it made the CEOs sound like X-Men swooping in. And then also we just have to give a little shout out to John Ricciolo back of the head, because he's leaving to go work on his Dave Blass interview, which we'll be covering part of later because it's amazing. This amazing exclusive legacy interview. Okay, get to work on your next article because I can't wait to read it.
Yes, that's John Orchiola of Screen Rant in the live chat. Hello, John. He says, can't stay working overtime on a Dave Blass interview, but wanted to say hi. Thank you very much. Okay, so Rico E. Anderson, who is an actor, says in the live chat, he says, even though WGA picketing has been officially suspended, we still had WGA picketing with us today on the strike lines in answering to us, SAG, joining them before our strike even started. Hashtag solidarity.
Even Bill Wolkoff was saying that even though the WGA may have reached a tentative deal, because SAG has been so supportive of the WGA, they they're encouraging the WGA members to reciprocate that
Mhm.
kind of support until SAG can reach a deal as well.
Yeah.
Mhm. And honestly, this is the time to do it, right? Because at some point, if they do reach an agreement, the writers are going to have to go to work. They're going to be like, all right, get to work and write some more Star Trek.
Yeah.
And right now, this is their chance. And I think that's really cool. I think it's great to see unions having solidarity with one another and communicating. And Bill Walkoff, as we covered before, was one of those people that actually went to like the SAG board and like, he was one of the writers that, you know, kind of showed him the ropes, said, here's what we've been striking about. Here's what we've been doing. Here's what's going on, you know, kind of help.
Thing.
Oh,
It's the best. I love it.
Yeah. It's really exciting seeing the writers like getting this moment because, you know, I think the general public, there's a bunch of stuff like the general public didn't really take it seriously until the actors went on strike. And then there's this whole thing about how people seem to think that the writers are like the ones making all the decisions. And it's, you know, like talking about, you know, right. Anyway, it's just, I just feel like the writers really earned this, like really earned this.
Yeah, I'm really happy for them. Assuming it does work out, and it seems like it obviously will, then I feel like we're all going to be walking away from it feeling pretty happy. I think that, you know, we're happy for the writers. We're going to be happy for the actors. We're happy that things are coming back together, you know, and it's going to be better. It's going to be better for people, and people are the ones that make up this entertainment industry. Yeah. And it seems like it's going to be for the better, but we don't know. We haven't seen anything. Maybe it's none of our business, but it seems like it's going to be good.
A really beautiful tweet by the president of the country that was like really happy about this settlement and like how things are moving forward and how like the very fractured city of LA now can like start healing. And it's just like, I love that kind of thought. Like obviously these discussions have to happen, but it'll be great once everybody can move on and like work together again.
Here's something very important and powerful from our friend, Mr. Aaron J. Walke, writer-producer of Star Trek Prodigy. He says the WGA leaders said in the room that writers will not return to work until SAG-AFTRA also ratifies their deal. It is unclear if that was officially codified in the tentative agreement, however. That's really interesting. If the writers say, okay, cool, we come to a deal, and then AMPTP says, all right, so you're getting back to work, and they go, not so fast, not until you help out our sister union.
Actually, that is interesting, since the like, deadline just reported that now their schedule's on the books for SAG to have meetings next week with AMPTP, because everybody before that, like everybody was suspecting that it would be a couple more months for the actors.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let's get into that in just a moment. Because that leads us directly into our next thing, which is what's going to happen with the actors. And there's some very encouraging news already. And maybe that is because the writers flexed their muscles real quick. maybe that's what led to it.
That's amazing.